By the way, let me just say this. Let me just say this. None of what I'm going to say is investment advice. I'm not a professional. I'm an amateur. I'm new and I'm learning, and I'm just wanting to create a community of other people who are interested in beginning their journey or are new to investing. I want to share what I've learned over the last 5, 6 years, the patterns I recognize, the things that has taken my money, and the things that have made me money. So none of this is investment advice. I'm just sharing with you some of the things I'm doing, some of the things that I'm looking at, some of the patterns I recognize, and some of the lessons I've learned, and even some of what I'm looking at making a move on and why. Um, Risk versus reward. I just made a 20-minute video. I don't know if I'll post it, but if not, this is matter of fact, I'll definitely post this first. As I said in the longer video, I'm actually Russian. I actually drive a truck. Started investing in 2018. Lost a lot of money, made some money. My last investments are in the green. The ones I made, I've been buying the dip religiously ever since it's been dipping, ever since COVID. So I made money in 2020, made money in 2021, 2022, lost it all. 2023, I started doing okay again because I was still investing. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into that here now, but like I said, risk versus rewards. I'm going to be talking about stocks a lot. I love stocks. I love investing. I love looking at the patterns. I love listening. I love looking at what the overall economy is doing, what's going on, how I think the psychology of what's happening, how people are going to view it, and what moves they're going to make. So I love the game. I love the game of investing. However, the reason I'm making this channel is because it's very tricky, and it's simple and complex at the same time. Like, you can throw logic out the window to a large degree. The logic is not as plain and simple as you would think it is. For instance, a concept called buy the rumor, sell the news. When I first started, I figured, oh, this is good news, or that's good news coming out tomorrow. If anything, then when everybody learns about this, then the stock is going to go up. It's got to go up. The news is incredible. No. It's called buy the rumor, sell the news. As soon as the rumor starts, people start hearing about this. It's already going up. By the time all the news outlets talk about it, the people have already bought in, and everybody's going to sell, trying to beat everybody out that's selling. You see what I'm saying? The patterns. What I recognize is that a lot of times when the market opens at 9:30, it can look like, oh, it's going to be a green day. It's going to be great because futures, the market is up. When it's open, it's green. It's still going higher. You don't really want to buy. A lot of times you don't want to buy at that point because what's going to happen is at 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock, it's going to start going back down. Going to start going down. 10:30 is down further. And maybe at 11 o'clock, it starts going back up. Or it's going to keep going down. But it could start back going back up at 11 o'clock, 11:30. So if you buy at market open, you're gonna regret it because at 10 o'clock, 10:30, you could have got a much better deal on your stock prices. And later that day, it could go back up there to where it was at the open, but a lot of times it never makes it back to the market opening price point. So these are just patterns that I recognize, and of course, that's generalizing, and you got to apply that to the overall sentiment of what's going on the backdrop. For example, if the VIX, that's the VIX, oh shucks, if the VIX is lower that morning than it was the day before, then maybe you have a chance of the market going back up to where it opened at. But if the VIX is the same as it was the day prior or higher, then the market open was just a fake out, and you're probably not going to get back up there to where it was if you buy at the market open. Like, these are a lot of just patterns that I recognize. I'm used to doing this on the phone, not on the laptop. So I'm rusty with the laptop. I'm trying to get it to show you the VIX, because I do it this way. So these are some patterns that I recognize, and I'll share some of this stuff with you. Y'all welcome to, now, damn it. I'm not only going to be talking about stocks, I also have invested in property. I got a rental. I have invested in businesses. I've self-published books. I have a website. I'll go over all of this stuff. I think investing in your education is very important, which you're here learning from someone who has started a little bit before you. Might have some, well, I know that I have some stuff to share that could benefit you, and you might say, well, maybe this guy has some insights and some ideas and some thoughts and some lessons that he can share. So if you're here, especially still now, then you're investing to a degree in your education with your time and attention. But definitely, primarily stocks, and then we'll get into some other things too. Businesses being a primary one, and oh, I'm running out of memory space. Today is the CPI report, and if the CPI report is good, then a lot of the stocks are going to start rising, and there's not going to be too much more dipping unless something happens, and something is always bound to happen underlying, like another invasion or escalation in the war, or gas line blown up, oil line blown up. These things causes ripples in the market. So those can present many opportunities, many MINI opportunities to buy. But if none of those things happen, I feel like a lot of the stocks that hasn't moved up yet, they're going to start moving up, and you might not get a chance to get back in at a price that you can get in at today if the inflation is showing that it's still going down, because all of the rest of the people who are investing, and especially all of the people who's been on the sidelines, it's been going down for long enough to give them confidence that interest rate cuts are around the corner. It's likely not to be any more raises, and so they're more comfortable deploying their money. They're more comfortable buying stocks, getting in the market. So that's why I say today is a key day, and it's kind of how come I'm rushing to get this video out. I like to say it's in beta. In tech and entrepreneurs, it's something called a minimal viable product. It means, does the product doesn't have to be perfect? Does it provide value? Is it functional? Is it usable? Let them know that it's beta and put it out, get some feedback, and these people represent your original, the people who roll with you ever since the beginning. They're at the founding stages. So this is a beta start of the channel. I haven't even created the channel yet at the time that I'm recording this video. And by the way, the other video is 20-something minutes. This one is 12. I think I'm just going to upload this one because I don't have time to watch the whole other one. I need to go in. I'm driving a truck. I need to go in, get a shower, get back out, and get on the road. And hey, I appreciate y'all for being here. What I say? I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll be back. We're going to talk a lot about stocks. Like I said, I'm going to tell you what I learned in my first investment property and hiring the renovator, tenants. I'm self-published. I got a lot of other stuff going on, so I'm gonna share a lot of things. Risk versus reward applied in many ways to many things. Although this is going to be primarily about stocks, but again, I'm taking feedback. So maybe you don't want to hear about some of the other stuff. You're going to guide this a lot because we're in this together, and I'm creating this to create a community. I think what I'm going to put on the channel is risk versus reward year one for beginning investors, or I'll say beginning investors year one. And I think every year I'm going to say what year we're in. So it's like we're going to grow our wealth together. And the people who start in the beginning, I got another channel about trucking. I'm kind of stuck in a loop where I'm still talking about the same stuff I was talking about when I started the channel 20 years ago. And new stuff, but a lot of old stuff. So it's kind of, sometimes I feel bad because it's like some of the people who have been there, they don't even want to hear, like, I've been here for 20 years. I don't, why, you still talking about, you still giving information for people who began. So I've learned from that. And again, it's a risk versus reward because I'm risking the satisfaction of the people who's been there by talking about the stuff, trying to cater to the people who are new as well. It's always risk versus reward going on. Like, do I start today? I'm starting recording this video here today, and it's less than perfect. But the risk is not putting it out and not being able to speak to people about the impact of today and the pattern that I recognize, so that even today it might help somebody on their entry point. Like I'm saying, wait till 10:30 before you buy. And with news today, you might want to wait till like an hour prior to the CPI, because it could go both ways actually. Like sometimes with today being the day that it is in the stage of the things overall, it's probably going to drop maybe an hour before the actual CPI. And when is it? I don't even know what time it is. Honestly, you'll have to look and see the time. Let's do this. But 8:30. 8:30. I need to hurry up. That's gonna be exciting. And then third. Okay, y'all. I ran out of disk space. I had to delete some large files to finish this video. I'm gonna cut it off right there. I got to get ready to go. I'll get back with you. Look forward to sharing. Where am I? I look forward to sharing what I've learned with you and building this community, growing this community year by year as we create wealth together. Appreciate you for being here. Like, subscribe if you like how this is going down. If you got some suggestions on what you want to see, what you want to learn about, what you want to hear about, then let me know. Peace.